Hey guys, today we're talking about uppercuts. Uppercuts are a really useful punch because they come at that upward trajectory, which catches a lot of people in positions that other punches can't. Okay, for example, let's say someone's trying to weave in, come in nice and low. You can catch them ducking with the uppercut. Let's say they're ducking to shoot for a takedown. You can catch them with the uppercut. You got their head in the clinch, you pull it down, hit it with the uppercut. Lots of different applications for it. The mechanics of the uppercut are a little bit tricky at first. Unlike most other punches, like let's say the right straight, you're not going to have as much weight transfer, where my head's going to shift all the way side to side with my body. On the uppercut, my head's going to stay a little bit more stationary. The reason for that is that I'm not trying to push my weight forward into the punch. My weight's coming upwards, but I need to do that without standing straight up into the punch. That's one of the biggest mistakes people make. They crouch down and they come up like this. Well, that's a great way to run right into an overhand right. Get yourself really open to counters and lose leverage on the punch at the same time. So when we throw an uppercut off either side, it starts with a little shift of weight to that side and a little flexion of that hip. See, watch this little fold on my rear hip, or if I was going to the lead side, a little fold on the lead side. See it better over here. A little bend right there. The starting position for an uppercut on either side is similar to the starting position for any other punch. Where if I'm starting with my right straight, I like to have my weight on my right side, my lead shoulder out in front, and that lets me transfer all my weight and rotate into the target. Same thing, now I'm in the position for the left hook, where my weight's on the left side's back, and I would shift the weight back. Okay, so starting position is pretty similar, except with a little more hip flexion. The actual mechanics to throw the uppercut, though, are what change a little bit. The technical term for it is hip extension. Okay, if hip flexion is bringing my chest to my knees, hip extension is pushing and opening my hip forward, like that. Like almost like I'm hip thrusting, but only on the side of the hip that I'm punching with. As at the same time the hip extends, the weight stays there while the shoulders rotate. You'll notice that I'm not shifting all the way over here for my standard default uppercut. There are uppercuts that have a little more weight shift with them, but to have the most power and the most leverage, you keep the weight on the same foot and you extend that hip. So watch. Flex the hip, extend the hip. Flex the hip, extend the hip. Flex, extend. Notice the level my shoulders rotate on. It's a little tilted off axis. Whereas if I'm throwing my straight punches, my shoulders stay pretty level. When I'm throwing an uppercut, there's a little tilt in the shoulders. That's as a result of the weight staying in more to the same side and only shifting a little bit as I rotate. Okay? That's the lower body mechanics, that little hip pop. And you notice that as my hip pops like that, as I extend my hip, without shifting my weight, the hand just naturally wants to arc in that motion. The key, the next thing that people get wrong, is they drop the hand and throw it like that. One, everyone's going to see this coming from a mile away. Two, decreases speed, it increases the time it takes for the punch to get to its target. And you're not going to have that good defensive guard throughout the punch. So the way to do it is to pull the elbow back on the uppercut. There's no possible way, a lot of people say you have to punch right from your guard, but if I'm trying to uppercut you and your head's going to be probably here, it's going to be a little bit lower, there's no way I can hit you with this fist, from here. It has to come down first and then go. So, elbow back. Elbow back. And that's how to keep the opening of the shoulder for the uppercut in the beginning nice and tight, where it's harder to see. Especially because from this chamber, that could be a hook, it could be a jab, it could be a right hand, or it could be the uppercut. You don't know until the punch comes. Could even, go over the top of the overhand. Alright? Oh, that's very important. Finally, make sure you're driving the uppercut, not just straight up. You want the elbow directly behind the fist, shooting straight up. It also goes out a little towards the target. I'm not punching just like this. Everybody's seen, the Tyson Fury, I believe it was, punching himself in the face. We don't want to do that. We want the punch to shoot out a little towards the target. There are also longer range uppercuts with a little more weight shift, where you're, the one with the right hand is kind of like an upside down cross. And then of course everyone knows the corkscrew uppercut. A little longer with the lead hand. Those are a little more advanced variations. For now, weight to the side you're punching with, drive upwards, get under the uppercut, and dig upwards from there. Shoot the elbow straight up and out to the target, right back to guard. That's your uppercut.